Hey there, Dr. V here again. So, this is now my professional vlog. And again, we're doing throwback series. All these videos and clips and things were in my phone this whole time, and I never ever posted. So, I was a college professor at this time, and part of being a college professor is getting your word out, getting your research out, putting your work out there. And one way to do that is through conferences. So you apply to speak and you get, workshop spots or um, breakout sessions and things like this. So I was on this trip again. This is in San Diego back in 2019, and it was a lot of fun. I'll try not to talk through the whole thing, but again, a lot of these are just still pictures because I wasn't in the mind frame back then to, oh, let me upload, let me do a vlog. But again, this is all about self expansion and moving in a different direction, and I wanted people to see that just because you're in your career doesn't mean you have to be stagnant. I was out walking around the town, in the middle of the night by myself. We were on a hunt for this Crown Peach whiskey. I did a lot of these trips with my ABF, and you'll see a clip from him later on down the road. But I took a lot of pictures. I wanted to be like a sharp professor. A lot of people that go to these mathematics conferences, it's a certain look that people have. I won't go too deep into it, but I always want to make sure that I looked not just professional but a little jazzy, and I got a lot of attention, not because it was like anything spectacular, but it was very different from how a lot of people dress. And I remember getting criticism as a college professor about the way I dressed. Oh, that coffee right there back then was $8, but it was that cloud caramel. I had to try it. But, again, nothing too fancy or anything like that, but compared to how people are dressing at these conferences and what people typically think of as college professors, it could have been appeared as over the top. These are some pictures that I got into rooms with very successful people. I think he was the president of the organization at the time, and I actually had lunch with him. No, a dinner with my dissertation chair and him back in the day as well. So I had all of these experiences that I want to share. Oh, this is about family time. So my sister came out to visit, and that's her daughter, and you'll see her family, her sons. That was little Donovan back then, her husband Mike. And while I was on this trip, I wanted to make sure that I spent time with family as well. So that's also important. So I wanted to show all of this, that you can still live a full life and touch every area of your life. It doesn't always have to be just work and going home. This is another day of presentations that I had. I think I presented 2 or 3 times at this conference. I don't remember. Maybe 2 solos, 1 with my ABF. Anyway, so I was in here, as you can see, that a lot of people don't look like me in these spaces, and I never really capitalized on that. But getting back into it, especially in this new space that I'm in, I told you all in the previous vlog that you're going to always see some food and some drinks and going out, because I want to make the most of my time. And he was the president of this organization as well. This was NCSM, and then I went to NCTM, and one is for the teachers and one is for the supervisors. Oh, this is NCTM. I think he was the president of NCSM. They usually go back to back with each other. Oh, this one is Dr. Gloria.
I'm still at my conferences in the beautiful San Diego, and a lot has been going through my mind. And this morning I've been meditating and just writing down some thoughts. And for a long time I've been like, I want to find myself. I'm on a journey to find myself. And then I read a quote by George Bernard Shaw, and it said, life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. And that spoke volumes to me. So as I present at my conferences today, tomorrow, and especially Friday for my solo presentation, I'm going to create the audience and the experience that I want to have. One conference down, one conference to go. I am still in the beautiful San Diego, and I've been doing a lot of soul searching at this mathematics conference, and I've always struggled with the idea of keeping our mathematics with the same people and nothing is really changing. And I was feeling a little down because I did not want to do my presentation on Friday, because it's like, not another strategy. When are we ever going to do things to really change the world? And I realized on this journey of me trying to find myself, I came across a quote from George Bernard Shaw saying that life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. And that's exactly what I'm going to do on Friday for my presentation, is to create the life that I want to have. And not just the life of physical things or material things, but creating the change that I actually want to see in the world. I don't really advertise my work, and someone asked me about that the other night, and I said, I just do what I do, and if people see it, they do, and if they don't, they don't. And the same is true like for my social media. I've been on Instagram for like a year or so, and I haven't even advertised my account to my friends, and the few followers that I do have, they just naturally found me, so I'm so grateful for them. But Friday is probably going to be the first time I announce my Instagram, and I just got on Twitter, and I've announced that to people as well, because it's no fun being a best kept secret, and you hear that all the time. But to hear the need that people are wanting, to hear the need of what people are wanting over and over, and you're realizing that you're the one that have the answer, it's time to stop trying to find yourself and who you are, and start creating who you want to be to get your message out. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, and I will let everyone know how it goes, because like the previous quote, it's time to be the change that I want to see in the world, and to let my wings fly.
So I was just doing some self-reflection back then in my hotel room. Never posted these things. That's the crazy part. But I was talking about, that was Dr. Gloria Gladstone Billings. I think I said that right. And I got to meet her at an after party you'll see coming up. And yes, we had professional after parties. There we are. Hi. It was an honor to meet her, because during my dissertation, I did a lot of study of her work, her research work. Again, out on the town, you go do what you need to do during the day, and then you go out. And then I didn't want to have too much fun, because the next day I actually did have to present. I think this was a solo presentation. Again, I'm not sure, but I was dressing up, and then this is when I was so determined to only do a carry-on. I was like, I don't want to check bags. I want to hurry up and make my flight and not have to wait. So I was very strategic about the outfits that I wore. This is Dr. Ball. A lot of her research is in my dissertation as well. Got a chance to meet her, and it was one thing, people are like, she's nicer to grad students than she is when people are actually professors, and that's actually true. I found the location for my next birthday party right there on somebody's yacht. This is also my lunch view, as I'm taking a break from my conference. Yeah. But I was just saying, more food, of course. She's a nice lady, but it's like she prefers talking to doctoral students than college professors, because she's like, look, you made it through, so you don't need my advice. So getting ready, I was excited to see the Fibonacci sequence. Yeah, nerd out for a minute, and then nerd out for a moment, and then again another presentation. This is with my ABF. We did a presentation. I actually forgot why we had a standing ovation, but we were going out. So my ABF that was in that clip, he was all about creating experiences at conferences. So we were trying things out, getting people to actually go out and explore the city. So it was kind of this vibe that we were actually work hard and then we go out and party. It actually was not his birthday, but it was happening while we were there, so I was like, look, might as well record it. And so this is another time, again, same trip. I wanted to make sure I maximized every opportunity while I was there. Yeah, clowning in my room. So I was really deep into the mathematics world back then. I had to get the tequila and the food. Of course, this was after my presentation. I never ate or drank anything before my presentation, no matter what time it was. And then, no, I didn't. I had to reverse the order. But yeah, I want to show this because it didn't matter the crowd of the room. I was still going to present because I had something to say and these people show up. So I wanted to make sure I did that. I thought that was interesting. You know, I had never seen that back then. So you're going to start seeing a clip of my ABF. I sped it up, but it was just enough for you to hear what was happening and kind of our focus of the conference. So he's about to speak, and then I wrap up the vlog here.
And what do you see? So notice the one with the right about 20 seconds. All right, come on back. So in mathematics education, we are always talking about I notice and I wonder. So I notice and I wonder. I notice that treatment gap has been about the same for the past 50 years in mathematics. I wonder why. I notice and I wonder. I notice women make on average 80 cents to every dollar a man makes. I wonder why. I notice and I wonder. We're constantly telling students, you gotta know the quadratic formula. If a train leaves Miami and a train leaves Boston, what do they mean? But actually, in actuality, when was the last time you actually saw any of those quadratic formula problems? When was the last time you So when you go back to this title slide, the beginning of my entire talk, I want you to notice and I want you to wonder about the words that are here and the reason you're not seeing them as of now. The reason being the words were already there the entire time, but because of the lack of color, because of the lack of black and brown, we only see what we see. So what we have to start doing is stop always saying, I don't see color. Yes! 51% of our students are color. 20% of our teachers are color. What does that mean? A student can matriculate through our educational system and never have a teacher who has their lived experience and looks like them. Take me through my elementary experience. The school board was all white. No one made some educational decisions had my lived experience. I went to a school named after a former senator who said, America is white man's country, and I'm going to ensure racial division. And in this particular slide, I think about as I walked through my school day. I saw no one who looked like me the entire day. Oh wait, there was Mr. Lonzo, the ELL teacher, and there was a custodian named Mr. Tinker, but then I got to my favorite subject of mathematics. And I used to open my mathematics book. None of the authors looked like me. None of the examples in the textbook ever looked at me looked like me. And I wonder why I'm here, but they did make it socially relevant. They used to put Enrique's name in the problem. So I got it when I was young. I threw a textbook like a pizza. The foundation was all white, but they printed little things on top. But when we come to our conferences, the speakers are white, the keynote speakers are white, but when you find black and brown speakers for the access to every spread, so I agree, we talk to color. We only see white. Now I think about my favorite book in the whole wide world. Martin Luther King said, where do we go from here? And right now, at this moment, we're all in this room together, but it doesn't matter. When we leave this room, where do we go? Community or chaos? And it's time for us to stop preaching to the choir. Those who look like us, to talk like us, like what we do. It's time to turn around in the congregation. Those friends on Facebook, you stop being friends after your lecture. Talk to those people and have those courageous conversations about what's going on. But some of you are going to say, Chris, behind the scenes, we're doing these things. We're doing those things. But then behind the scenes is not helping. Publicly, girls are not doing well in mathematics. Publicly, black and brown students continue to get the most inexperienced and ineffective teachers. So it's time to publicly start addressing these issues. And this is not about empowering others. We're trying to change the system that marginalizes the poor, and continually marginalizes black and brown students every single day in our mathematics classroom across the country. But then you're going to say it's hard. But it's not hard. Monday we're going to go back and create tasks. You're going to go back and implement this open middle model. You're going to do some song and dance. But we're only going to think about some instructional models that really matter. But Monday you're going to go back and say, yeah, come on, this is going to develop stuff. It's complexity. I can figure it out. I got to learn some more about this. It's not going to be a test. This is bigger than a test. This is about empowering students for their life. So more than just a test. It's going to start off by natural and like Dr. Thomas Hopkins said, students bring into the classroom a variety of experiences. It's our responsibility to build up the experiences they bring into the classroom. So there's 6 things I want you to do. Number 1, find someone who does not look like you in terms of gender and ethnicity and help them attain a position like you. Change your discourse. Most importantly, learn something new. In your last one, I want you to do the following. Stop tracking students and schooling over them. Build curriculum from the ground up with diversity of students in mind and publish. Diversify your authorship teams and your executives. How can a newly white authorship team continue to speak to our diverse student population? There's at least one author that looks like them. Hold each other accountable. Work together. If you truly care about change, it's self-criticism and understand we're trying to change it for the better for the students that we serve and we say we care about every single day. Because in the words of the great Martin Luther King, when we let fear reign, all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will sing in their own liberal spirit. Free at last, thank God Almighty, I'm free at last. It is time for us to rise up as an educational society to change these things that we're doing and make the system better. We know there is inequity, we know there's things that happen, and it's time to stand up and rise together. Because at the end of the day, we care about somebody who's circulating through our education system. I care about these two, and I want you to notice the one. I notice they're black, and I notice they're female. They have 2 stripes against them, but I wonder who in this room is going to make it so those 2 stripes do not matter. So my girls can succeed in athletics like everyone else. As DFX said, we ain't going nowhere.
Alright, so thank you again for watching my professional vlog. I am headed out, as you will see in a little bit, and stay tuned for the upcoming vlogs, and I will see you next time.
With my luggage.
Bye!
There's a lot happening.